Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the MiscELENAeous podcast. For real this time. I'm your host, Elena. We're in studio with Producer Madelyn.
Woohoo.
Guys, thanks for letting me have some time off.
Yes.
I know you didn't allow it. I did it without asking, actually.
It's important to take care of yourself.
It is. Yeah, it really is. I've realized I'm just truly to my core so burnt out. Like, take some, a month is not enough.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But at the same time, like, I love my podcast. I get so excited. So this doesn't even always feel like work to me, but it has been nice to just kind of rot a little bit.
Yeah.
I have done nothing fun.
Doing nothing is also good.
So fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. What have you been up to?
Working like crazy.
Oh, damn. See, isn't that terrible how, like, we take a vacation, Madelyn works the whole time?
Because I have, 5 other shows that need me, and that didn't take, a break. And again, like, I really love what I do. It's fun.
Now I'm, like, feel bad about it.
No.
Like, what have I been doing? Laying around, eating, just kind of...
Well, it's the summer.
Yeah, honestly, it kind of felt like a real summer break. Obviously, I still have like other little things I had to do here and there, and then the guilt and shame of like I feel like I shouldn't be allowed time off. So then I feel like I'm not fully enjoying it because in the back of my mind I'm like, well, you could be doing this, you could be doing that.
Yep.
I haven't been maybe posting. I really took a break from everything. Like
That's so healthy.
I haven't, and it's healthy for my brain. It is not healthy for my bank account.
Yeah?
Yeah. Which is then, in turn, unhealthy for my brain. See what I'm working with right now? So I'm in this, like, loop of, like, hey, girl, we need money to survive. But then it's like, hey, girl, if you keep on like this, you're not going to survive.
Yeah, yeah.
But all that to say, I've been on vacation, quote, quote, and I've been simply just kind of, like, laying around a lot and eating a lot. And I've barely been able to enjoy myself because I have too much internalized guilt and shame about not working hard. And I came across this video on Instagram pretty recently.
Thank you, Instagram.
Thank you, Instagram, for doing my job for me. I'm like, what am I going to talk about today? Let me doom scroll for 20 minutes. But it's this girl, and I'm just going to play it for y'all because, I mean, while her visual aid is fantastic, it's just she really knocks it out of the park, covers it all in audio. And I have thoughts about it. But she's talking about basically there's 2 types of girls. There's 2 types of girls, and here we go.
Only 2 types of girls. All right, there's please don't sit on my bed in your street clothes girl. Expensive pajamas. She might have a white noise machine. She gua sha. She rolls her hair in that little thing. She goes to bed in like wet goo from all the Vaseline. Obsessed with like becoming like a glazed donut. Her room is beautiful. She journals. She has an evening tea. Almost like she wants to be perceived as she's going to bed. If she has a friend over and they're in their street clothes, or she brings a guy home, she's gonna be like, please don't sit on my bed in your street clothes. She just would never allow it. Then you have the chick that rots in her bed. Her bed, it's a town. It's her own little town. Has a contact graveyard next to her bed from just pulling them out and throwing them to the side. She'll eat pizza in bed. She probably has what I call a food blanket, which is a towel that she lays out to put all of her delivery food on. I've done this hungover with my friends so many times. It is so disgusting. She will find herself in a Reddit hole from time to time. She probably dabbles in this. If she's lucky, she'll take her makeup off. There are unexplainable empty water bottles everywhere, like throughout her entire house. There are some girls who have a dog, like she has wires that you're gonna have to sleep with and untangle yourself from if you decide to sleep in the same bed as her. Cut off old school t-shirt. She likes to rot. She likes to rot in her bed. And God bless. Those are the 2 types of girls. Let me know if you think I got it right, if you think I got it wrong, if there's another type that I'm missing, and yeah.
Is she not so right?
Yeah, she is. What are you?
Thank you for asking. I think everyone knows what I am. Do you have you know what I am?
Yeah.
I'm a rotter. I rot. And this is why I wanted to bring this up because what have I done on my vacation? I've rotted. Okay? And I think if I was the other type of girl, please don't sit on my bed in your street clothes.
Yeah.
Girl, glazed donut girly. I think I would have enjoyed my vacation because I wouldn't feel like it was unproductive. You know how much shit they're getting done while they're just relaxing?
That's so true.
You know how much shit they're getting done? And I have to say, like, as far as the visual aid goes on this, what I find hilarious about this combo platter is that I'm the girl that rots, but I'm the girl that wants to not rot.
Yeah.
So do I have like the sleep machine and the 5-minute journal, you know, the fancy beautiful quilt and all the gua shas and face. I bought them. Consumerism got me. That girl on Instagram with her perfect organized life, she got me. And I bought the stuff. My little Hatch sleep machine and my 5-minute, they sit there. They watch the show. They watch the rot show. And then you move on to, you know, rotting corpse Girly. And I mean, it's just truly embarrassing because it's like she's got like a weed pen in her bed, a whole entire Domino's pizza, her Elf Bar vape, like the rags. Okay, and this is one of those, like, if you know, you know, just rags at the bottom of your bed. Anybody? Just me?
A rag?
And when I say rag, okay, in the photo image,
Are we talking about a blanket or an actual rag?
like a blanket that's just been with us for 30 years.
Okay, yeah.
Okay?
Kind of shriveled
Up that it looks like a dirty rag, but it like at one point was like a baby blanket.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Yep.
So they're literally in her images, it's like cords, your food blanket, a Diet Coke, and scrunched up water bottles, just a pile of rag, this blanket, and right underneath it in text it just says IYKYK. You know, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
And then some like like antidepressants and like gummy bears, like a big t-shirt. You rub your feet with them under the covers. Under the bed, there's just a pile of something. For me,
crumbs.
For me, I do socks. So I'm a sock. I have probably 5 to 12 pairs of socks in my bed.
Nice.
And I get in with socks on my feet every night, and I take my socks off with my feet, rubbing them around, getting a toe in, hook it, pull it down, rub it, pull it back up, pull it back down with my toe until they come all the way off. And then I take the pile of socks at the bottom of my bed and just rub my feet around in them. And I'm like, I thought that was just me. And then I see this image, and there's a pile of rag. I don't know. It is a tattered blanket. This blanket went through the Great Depression, has seen wars. This blanket is mentally ill. This blanket has struggled and is still with us, but not thriving, simply surviving. And it just says, if you know, you know. And I'm like, okay, I felt so attacked in that moment because I'm like, I do know. I think I maybe am now finding out I'm not the only person that keeps something under my covers so I can rub my feet around in them. If it's something else that I just don't know, if it turns out it's like, if you know, you know, but I didn't know, please fucking tell me. Please, because this could be a really embarrassing moment on the podcast.
Like,
but
hey, Elena.
By the way, that's just
no one has these socks you speak of.
No one brought their World War II blanket to bed with them tonight, Elena. Weird. Yeah, I don't know, but I do want to be. I want to be. Please don't sit in my bed in your street clothes, girly. I'm not though. And but I like, do I have a pair of matching pajamas? Like, yeah. Like, yeah, I bought it for a photo shoot.
Yeah.
I will say now that I have a boyfriend, I'm a nighty girly now. I'll wear a nighty.
Nice.
And they're
like
comfortable.
A night dress.
A night dress.
I love those.
They're honestly like, I'll go ahead and say night dresses align with rock girl aesthetic. As far as just comfort, accessibility, I used to wear these Amazon rompers, and it's like every time I have to pee throughout the day and the night, because do I change? No, I'm rotting. I have to get completely naked, and now my titties are resting on my knees.
Right.
And I
You're like covered on the toilet.
Yeah. Hunched over.
Been there.
So I'm like, I kind of like the accessibility, the functionality of wearing this, and then my boyfriend like just automatically thinks I'm hot, and I'm like, that's wild because if I raise my arms, you could braid my armpit hair together.
Nice.
And like, I haven't really cared for myself. I haven't done a glazed donut skincare routine in a while. I haven't put
some CeraVe just kind of smacked on there. And,
maybe if we're lucky. I have some waterless cleansers that I'll toss around. No, I have been better about it.
Waterless cleanser? What's a waterless cleanser?
Oh, it's my favorite.
Like an oil?
Because I'm so lazy and such a rotter that like, yeah, if I like, do I have the 9-step skincare? I do. But my waterless cleanser is my best friend. It foams out. You put it on a pad and you can wash your whole face and you don't have to rinse your face.
Nice.
and you're just good to go. Nice. Now your face is clean. It'll kind of even take off your makeup a little bit. And
Sorry.
even if it didn't take it all off, better than nothing.
I guess when I heard waterless, I was like, huh?
I know, it's confusing.
Yeah.
But there's something about my brain where if like I'm dry, let's not get a part of me wet for just a minute. That seems like something to go through. It pisses me off.
I don't really know how to take what you just said. I don't know how to.
I mean, in other scenarios, maybe.
Oh my gosh.
But like something going from dry, even just to take a shower, going from dry to wet to dry again, like I'm just, I don't want to get wet. I don't want to take my clothes off and get wet and get in that shower. And then I get in the shower and I'm like, it's the best fucking thing in the world.
Yeah.
How have I not been in here all day?
I rot in the shower. I just stand there until like I'm just soggy.
Until the water's cold.
Yeah, and then I'm a prune and I'm like out and I'm like, and I'm like, my skin's like bright red from just the heat. They're like, you've been in the shower for 30 minutes. It's like, yes, I have.
Literally yesterday, Zach was on the phone with one of his friends and he ran me a bath. So cute. Because my neck was hurting.
Sweet boy.
I know. And what I do, I don't rot in the shower because I don't have that much. I'm not that athletic.
Yeah.
I'm not in shape enough for that personally. You've been working out. I have not. I've been rotting. I have to rot in the bath. But I don't feel pain like normal people. Or actually, there's some science that women, our internal like body temperature is just higher. So like men are like, women are witches. They like scalding hot. No, I'm like, you're just not as strong as me.
Yeah. I'm just like,
I'm just
strength.
super powerful.
Yep.
But I get that thing a little too hot and I'm like trying to get out of the bath. I was like about to pass out. I'm like, my heart was like,
oh no.
Like, and this happened. This is like a every other week situation. Have I learned my lesson? No. Will I learn my lesson? Stay tuned. And I'm like hollering for Zach and he's like, are you okay? And he's like coming in to like help me get out of the bath. Like literally had to like pick me up out of the bath, almost like fell back even while he's picking me up.
Oh my goodness.
And he's like on the phone with his friend. He's like, hey, I'm a dad now too. I'm like, oh, that's not sexy. Thanks. He's like, makes me dinner, like runs my bath, gets me out of the bath, or dries me off.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, I'm sorry.
I feel like he'd probably hate this and we can cut it, but I said, I feel like the listeners should create a Zach bingo card. And like, it's just like when you talk about something really sweet that he does,
bingo.
Bingo. And then if it's like that where he says, oh, I'm a dad too, he gets like something.
Yeah, we need to make a game out of like how precious my boyfriend is and how many like fatherly sacrifices he has to make for me. I'm like, you thought you were getting just like a hot, cool girl, didn't you?
Yeah.
You thought.
Well, back to the nighty thing. I have a couple, but I also have one, which is one of my personal favorites. It is not in any way what I would consider sexy or good looking, but it's literally like this purple, very large, grimacy looking thing, like the Grimace purple Grimace from McDonald's. Mm-hmm. And it has a moose on the front with a tiara and a sash, and it says Miss Moose America.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I got it in Alaska.
I was about to be like, I'm getting on Etsy today. Somebody's got to have that. Somebody's got to have that.
Yeah. So
I think it adds a little something. It just adds a little character.
Yeah, it does.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally. But yeah, it's like, hey, I'm sexy, but like, look, I'm silly.
Right.
And like,
perfect.
It's so good to be both.
Next recording, we should come in our 90s.
In our 90s. Record in our, honestly.
Sleepover.
I posted yesterday or recently, I don't know when, that I went to me and Zach go to the grocery store the other day. I'm like in my little tennis dress with like matching tennis shoes and like a jacket that matches, and like my hair pulled back, like a little makeup on. I'm like with my like, tall, sexy, handsome boyfriend. We're buying squash and like kiwis and like, just like I'm like feeling like I'm really crushing it in adulthood, like I got it. Yeah,
you sound like a couple that a photographer is like, hi, I'm a street photographer. You guys are so cute. Can I please? Yeah.
What's your love story?
Yeah.
We met on Hinge a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And then the next day we're out of some stuff, and I go to the grocery store. I'd like finally showered for the first time in like 10 business days. I look awful. I just simply look awful. I'm no bra, I'm in my rot attire. I'm in my rot attire, except for I did just bathe. So like plus 5 points.
Yeah.
And I, of course, see like people I know, like another cute couple that's doing the thing that I was doing the day before with my boyfriend. But like anytime I go to the store with my boyfriend looking cute, I don't see anybody except for the lady checking me out. and I'm only buying Coors Light and a bag of cheese, and I'm just like why? Like why?
I saw that on your story.
Like, why does it have to? Why this? Because I did a good job yesterday. I did. I got it together yesterday, but the only time I run into people is when I'm like suffering.
Yeah.
Or it appears like I am. You know what I mean?
Right.
Okay, so I posted on my story how I like look so awful, and this girl goes, honestly, like, respect, and I will raise you. I left the house today literally in my slippers and my robe. She's like, I left my house. I couldn't do anything else. And she said, I got compliments.
That's kind of iconic.
She's like, yeah, my first stop, I was like, I had to get out, whatever. She's like, this lady was like, honestly, why aren't we all doing this?
Yeah.
Why are we not all leaving our house in our slippers and our robe?
Yeah.
And so she said she felt so empowered at that point that she just ran a couple more errands. Like, went to the bank, went to the store, like, did some stuff in her robe and slip. And I'm like, let's do that.
Yeah.
If we all come together, if we all as women collectively come together and just say, you know, fuck society, fuck a dress code. I'm gonna wear my nightie, my slippers, and my robe.
Yeah.
Okay. But if we're all doing it, what can they say?
Yeah.
There's power in numbers.
Yeah. I feel like I agree, but then there's also this like old timey thing. It's like we should dress up to go to the movies again, you know. So it's kind of.
I hear my mom in my head from like high school being like, "You're not gonna put yourself together," and I'm like, "That's when I found out I was supposed to." It was just now you asking me.
Yeah, well, I mean, college was kind of freeing for me because I started like not wearing makeup to class. So I'm kind of the thing of like, if you see me around, I may or may not just be lounging.
What I think I respect a lot about you and what I wish I could do is you execute daily life well. As far as
Hello? Thank you.
You're welcome. I mean, I based on the work I know we do together, I can say that with confidence about just general responsibilities. But then like every day I see you, you're like in an outfit and you're like put together. You're always put together. And I feel like for me, I'm either in full rot or I'm in full glam, and I need to find a place in the middle where I can be like, yeah, like I could put like a little bit of blush and mascara on, brush my hair, and then like wear a bra. You know, like find something that could. But I'm either like walking the runway or like walking off the plank.
Yeah.
Like there's no.
Well, I think like going back to our episode with Alexis about trends. And stuff. I think I found what I want to go into because I was so freaking passionate about it. I listened to that episode the other day and I showed it to my parents because they're like, this one's a funny one. But I was sitting there, I was like, man, I was so passionate about Tomato Girl, and I still am. I am so passionate about her. So I think I'm going to start rocking.
Like lean into the Tomato Girl aesthetic.
And again, I think she's everywhere. Like your version of Tomato Girl, which is country, which I'm now kind of living in the country. So I'm like, I want to take that fully. But then also like, yeah, she does jet set on, I haven't ever really jet setted, but say she goes to Italy.
She would.
She would.
She would want to?
She would want to.
She would want to.
But anyway.
And dress for the job you want.
Dress for the job you want.
Which is why I wear rock clothes all the time, because I have a podcast. This is the job I want.
But I think you look cute all the time, though. And I'm not just saying that. Like, even you're in, like, a green top, some shorts, but you look great. Like, I'm just like, wow, she looks fantastic.
Oh my God, thanks. I love the way you lie. But
no lying.
I will say when it's podcast time, I feel like that's the only time I do any sort of middle ground
when
attire.
I come to your house, you're always cute. It may be a sweatshirt or something, but you're still cute.
Oh, I think you just
maybe
love me.
Maybe it's your size.
I think you just love me.
I think you're just so cute that I put you in my pocket.
Yeah, I think you just love me. Every time you've come to my house, I'm like, oh, do I smell? I'm like, shit, I forgot company.
Well, I think I always am like, I'm of the mindset of like, I'm going to overdress.
Oh, I would way rather be overdressed.
Yeah, so.
In any scenario, even in like, if I had what it took every single day to like get up out of bed and do full makeup and hair and a whole entire outfit with accessories, like I would love that. Even if I'm just running errands, like I would love that. It's science. You feel better when you look good and you feel put together. If you're still wearing your pajama clothes, you're probably not going to be motivated to do much. If you're out of your pajama clothes, you're like, what can I do? What should I do? What? You know?
Well, even in pajama clothes, sometimes I'll just throw on a necklace and I'm like, ooh, she's
cute.
pretty.
Yeah.
But let me raise you one.
Okay.
I'm fancy corpse. I'm in my... Ooh. I love pajama sets. I am a double, like, satin in my satin sheets. My hair is, nice from shower. I've done not crazy, skincare, but enough.
But enough.
And then I wake up next to crunchy water bottles and things surrounding me, stuffed animals that are just like in my face, and like clothes that I haven't folded yet at the end of my bed. But like
you should put those under the bed and rub your feet around with them. I mean, a little
and
sleeping
the whole
hack.
room is chaos. But then I'm like, I rise up and I'm like, I'm spinning like a ballerina. That's literally me. But literally everything. My whole room is it's scary. Like I hate that it's that way. But like I'll come in like shoes I just throw off. But I'll get in the cutest pajamas and like snuggle into like a section of my bed. And I'm like, everything's perfect.
Oh my gosh, I'm so opposite. My house is so put together and clean.
It's beautiful.
But I'm rotting. Like I'm disgusting.
Yeah.
But like there's no laundry out. There's nothing like on the floor.
Nope.
Here's the thing about me and the water bottles, guys. I'm too lazy to get a new one. So it's just the same one I've been rocking with for a week.
Right.
I'm just refilling her.
It's starting to it's like hazy.
Yeah.
And it has little bubbles.
I know. I'm like, I was about to
heated.
be like, what's that bubble? But oh well. And it's literally something I said this morning. What's that bubble? But oh well. I'm going to drink it. It's better than nothing.
It's like, microplastic.
I love that. It's my favorite.
I'm trying to get better about, getting a glass and like trying to do that, but sometimes I just grab a bottle of water and it just sits there. And then
again, I see here's what I love about me, and the way that I can reframe things. My laziness has saved me a lot in areas like that, because I see water bottles at the store and I'm like, I see the future convenience. I see the future convenience.
Wow.
What I don't want to do right now is
breaking news. I can see the future.
I can see the future.
Yeah.
Convenience. Damn. I don't want to pick up 28 water bottles and then put them in my cart and then do that again, putting them in a cart and then take it all the way into my house. I don't have the upper body strength for that. I don't have the lower body strength for that. I don't have the core for that. But what I do have is free water in my fridge.
Yeah.
And it's free. That's the other cool thing.
Yep.
So I'm saving money and the environment, all because I'm lazy as hell.
Yeah. But hey, better to be lazy and save the environment than
lazy and ruin the environment.
Yeah.
I might do that a little bit too, like not properly washing off my recyclables before I throw them out. But I'm doing the best I can, and I think
that's all we can ask for.
But I would have guessed that you were a please don't sit in my bed in your street clothes girly.
I'm not, but again, the entire room is in chaos.
Yeah. So
somehow
it's like you're also both, but in a different way than me.
Exactly. So like I'll be cute. I'll have my little headband thing on and I'll do a little face mask and I'll be sitting on my bed and someone in their street clothes with shoes on. I'm like, please don't. But it's like,
I'm like,
get
in.
Yeah. But it's like, ma'am, your whole room looks like, no, please
do that.
don't.
My sheets are
Have
clean.
you showered? No. Okay, please get
out of my bed.
Yeah, so.
I mean, I think it's also a daily dependent thing for me. Like, I have some days where I feel, again, like my grocery store situation. Like, one day I'm feeling like I'm all on top of it. The other day I'm like, shit, I'm out of beer. Back to the store we go without a bra. But, like, there's some days where I'm like, I'll do a full skincare and I'll put my little eye patches on and I'll be, like, saging the house, like, and everything's perfect. But once one thing gets a little chaotic, then the chaos just consumes me.
Right.
Then we go full steam ahead with chaos.
Yeah.
But, it is what it is. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of my only eating and only rotting during my vacation, I also doom scrolled and I came across another video that intrigued me and it was related to what I was doing on my time off. So I'd like to
Amazing.
I would like to discuss this, and then also maybe I want to hear from the misfits about how they identify. So here's another video for everybody.
Supposedly all experience hunger differently, and when I heard this I was like, you're actually gaslighting me right now. So TikTok ran into the comments, actually sprinted, shit joke there, and the top 5 liked comments most comments were saying like different sensations in the body. Like some of them were saying that they get like tingling in the earlobes. I was like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? I think I have an ear infection. Some of them were saying like, I feel like an empty pit in my stomach, like physical pain in my stomach. I was like, that's what I get. And then some people were also saying they just feel nauseous. Like there were like a heap of different responses, but like they were like the top 3. And the more I think about it, I'm like, is this why some people can go the whole day without eating? And they'll be like, oh, I just forgot, I was distracted, I was really busy or something like that. Because like maybe they have the tingling sensation in their ears or like a mild hunger cue. Whereas for me, I don't forget to eat. No. Like my stomach will be like growling. Like, she's a bottomless pit, genuinely. And I honestly want to know, maybe people with the really big appetite are like the bottomless pit people that experience like physical like pain in their stomach, and then people with like small appetites just experience like, I don't know what other sensations there are, but like a milder form of a hunger cue, unless the comments were actually just taking a piss. But they had like thousands of likes, so like surely that many people aren't like all telling porcupines. So if anyone has any other sensations that they feel when they're hungry, let me know.
Interesting, right?
It was kind of a little difficult to follow her, so.
Yeah, that accent is very sexy.
It is. It's beautiful.
Different than how I
She was
listen.
cutting a pineapple.
She was cutting a pineapple, and she's got an accent.
I don't even know what did
I feel like that was Australian.
Was it?
Yeah.
Pineapple.
Yeah, it was.
That was good. Ooh.
Yeah.
You could see you as Australian.
Could you?
Yeah, because they're the rebels of Britain.
Yeah, and they say cool things like, "We didn't come here to fuck spiders, mate."
Right. Yeah. That is pretty cool.
That is cool, right?
Yeah.
It's cool that I know that.
Yeah.
Because I have one Australian friend.
Love it.
And I think they taught me that.
I
have a few.
I love people from Australia. There's a bunch of Australian actors and people. I mean, I love Steve Irwin. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
But like I can kind of do just kind of like a caricature of Australian people. I don't think I can do, which I need to work on if I ever want to be a voice actor. But
this is your time to practice.
Yeah.
Each episode this season, we should have you be a different accent to practice. We should have the Misfits assign you with an accent for each episode.
and I just do the whole time.
Yeah.
Road, Class A, servo biased, Apex, on board. I'm just reading the road at this point.
And I like too that we started talking about her accent and the cute things they say, because the first point I was going to make about this video that we haven't even discussed the contents of yet.
Yeah, forget
is
it.
that she said, yeah, forget it. We're not actually talking about that.
Yeah.
We're talking about cool things
Bye,
Australians
thanks,
say.
guys. Yeah.
And she said, surely they're not all telling porcupines. And I'm like, why have I not been calling lies porcupines?
It's super cute.
And now I will.
yes.
So the next time you hear me, I might be, am I pulling your leg? No. I'm telling a porcupine.
That's cute.
I like that. Isn't
That's
that cute?
so cute.
That's very cute.
I love it.
I love it. So basically what she was saying is that she came across a video on TikTok that was just, someone was talking about how they have something about different hunger cues. I don't remember the original video, how she said it. I just listened to it with y'all, but I don't remember. But basically saying that some people will experiencing like a tingling in their ear, or like a nauseousness in their stomach, or it's like a hunger pain, like there's a pit in your stomach that needs to be filled. And that she's like, I don't understand how some people can be like, oh, I forgot to eat today, like, oh, I forgot to eat. She's like, no, I'm I'm fucking hungry. I'm
Right.
not gonna forget to eat. And I had never heard that before, because like it's something we talk about since we're from birth on, right? Oh, I'm hungry. Yep. Like it's a global experience. Yep. Everyone that's a human will experience it. And now I'm just finding out that we experience it differently.
Yeah, no, I am a little interested by that, because I'm like, that makes a lot of sense, but I've never thought about it in depth.
In every other capacity, it's like you can take this one medicine for this same, we might have the same disease, same condition, and then you need a different medicine than I do that treats it, because our bodies are different. Like we're all, functionally somewhat similar, but like uniquely operating in a little bit different frequencies, right?
Yep.
So I'm like, it makes sense based on what I know about anatomy and biology so far, and that's not much. But I've never even thought, like, who's like, oh, my ears, God, get me a taco. Like, I don't. What do you feel when you're hungry? And I feel like you're someone, and this is based off of me knowing you and it's just spending time with you. You're someone who won't forget to eat, because like your body like needs a food.
Oh yeah.
Or you're like you're like, it's we'll podcast, Madelyn eats podcast, and like, should Elena also eat in between? Yes, but like I can just simply go without eating.
Yeah.
It's fine, because I know, well, after this and once I finish that, I will eat. If I had this maybe idea that food wasn't accessible eventually, I think it would fuck with me more. But I'm just so like, again, I keep talking about, I don't like to go from dry to wet to wet. I don't like to stop doing what I'm doing to do something else.
Right.
So I'm like, I'll just do that later.
Yeah.
Or I'm so focused on what I am doing that the hunger cue, or even I have to go to the bathroom, or I'm sitting on my legs in the same position for 3 hours and I'm wildly uncomfortable to the point of pain.
Yeah.
Don't notice it. Or somewhat notice it, but it's just not the forefront of what's going on in my brain.
Yeah, I've had to really, because I've always been, since I was young, because my mom did it that way, and also because I was doing ballet for so long, I would have a good breakfast, I'd have lunch, and then, you know, before like theater or dance, I would have like a little snack. Then afterwards, I would have dinner. And sometimes before lunch too, like if I felt like, because for me, I have lower blood pressure. And so if I don't eat, like if it's been a long time, I can feel like, I guess it kind of feels like I'm powering down, if that makes sense.
Like you're literally feeling weaker.
Yeah, literally from like my head to my stomach, I kind of feel just kind of like if you were to put your hands and just kind of like
we're dimming you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no,
she's on a dimmer.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like the best way to say that, but like I feel it literally just goes. And so like if I wait too long, because like sometimes I'll get like a precursor of like, ooh, yeah, you should probably eat, and sometimes like if I break past that point, I'm like, oh, I'm fine. And then at that point, I'm like, oh, my sugar's way too low now. And then now I have to like do something very quick.
Yeah, like SOS 911. Yeah. We have to fix the problem.
Exactly. That's why I like having, even if it's not water, but like I have a Coke here. Like having,
I feel like you always have something in your purse. Like you'll be like, oh, here's a granola bar. Here's a banana. Here, like you're snack prepared.
I'm very snack prepared because my body needs that. I'm someone who like I don't eat big portions at like meals. Mm-hmm. It's more like smaller, but I need like little small things throughout the day
just to sustain that.
Yes.
I mean, I know if I did do stuff like that, like I know I would feel better. My brain would have more fuel and I would probably be more capable to do things. Again, it's like my laziness that gets in the way. There's sometimes too where I'm literally, especially before having a live-in boyfriend, and I'm just at home alone at night, and it's like, I am hungry. But then like the whole process to get food started and to like all of eating overwhelms me.
Yeah.
Like because then I am ding dong girly. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh, I have to head somewhere. Oh, but I need gas. So I'll run in and get like a bag of puffy Cheetos and like Reese's peanut butter cups. And I'm like, protein, health, queen, gosh, 6 grams.
Yeah.
And the thought of like meal prepping, like going to the grocery store and buying ingredients to have on hand, it's so overwhelming to me that I won't do it.
Yeah.
You know, and I'll literally just be so lazy sometimes at night that I'm like, I don't even want to have to think about what I'm going to eat.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to think about it.
Yeah.
So then I just be like, okay, I'm not going to eat anything. Or I'll go into my pantry and get a tiny little snack food, individually wrapped, processed crap snack, and then eat that and call it dinner.
Yeah.
I'll call it girl dinner. I'll romanticize the shit out of it. I'm like, girl dinner. But yeah, I'm like, I just am so.
But the feeling,
I'm so consumed by this whole thing that people have different hunger cue feelings. And
well, when you're hungry, what does it feel like for you, to answer that question? Because I'm trying to think and
it's hard to describe. You know why though? Because I've always described it with this one word: hungry.
Yeah.
So to come up with a different way to describe something that I've known inherently from childhood, from babyhood, even without realizing it. Like I knew when I was hungry before I cried and mom would put her boob in my mouth. Yeah. You know, like problem solution.
Thank you, Mama Eugenia.
Thanks Eugenia for your titties. I don't know if I've ever said that, but I want you to know I'm grateful. And I'm also sorry for saying that. It's both. Yeah. But yeah, it's kind of more of an emptiness. And I mean, it growls. That's one thing. When she starts making noises, I'm like, okay, my body's literally telling me something.
Yeah.
It's telling me something.
Right.
But yeah, and I guess that's the thing is that it's not that uncomfortable. Like it's not painful. It doesn't bother me that much. It's just like, I know I need to do something and I know I will later. Right. So it's in my mind, I've already solved the problem, even though I haven't yet.
I guess mine would be, I don't know if it's specifically the stomach, but like salivating. Mm-hmm. I think that kind of happens. Like I'll kind of feel like on my tongue, like, okay, I'm kind of hungry.
We're wet in here.
Yeah.
Extra juicy.
Elena.
How many times can I say getting wet in this one episode alone without meaning anything naughty by it?
Right. Honestly, I mean, two for two.
2 for 2.
2 for 2. 2 for 2. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like, and then occasionally if I go too long, I will feel nauseous. And then it's almost like I missed my opportunity.
Yes.
I can have a couple bites that will just like literally satiate my body's need for food itself, for something. And then I'm like, I gotta stop. But yeah, a lot of these comments are people saying like, I don't know I'm hungry until I'm angry.
I mean, I'll have that too. I mean, I'll be angry. I'm not gonna.
Or people saying like, I get dizzy. And I'm just like, the ear tingling thing is what really is throwing me off.
I don't have that one.
How are we, I know the whole body's attached, blah, blah, blah. I did 7th grade science, but how is I'm hungry, my stomach needs food and fuel to my ear is tingling?
I'm guessing that maybe is a nerve in the
Jaw. Something to do with like the salivating and like your, Anyway, I
have ringing in my ears.
Every time you're hungry?
No.
Damn. I was like, whew,
yeah, no.
Science, I hope you're listening today.
Yeah.
Just generally.
They just start ringing when there's like, what restaurant do I like? I don't know. Like a Mexican food restaurant. It's like, dim, 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 dim. It's like, we're close.
We're close. You're getting warmer.
Yeah, salsa and fajitas.
And then some people said like they don't even feel like they're hungry. They just start to eat. And then it just depends on how they feel once they're eating.
Interesting.
And I'm like, if that was me, if I didn't have any other indicator, I wouldn't eat.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would eat at all. And I feel like that sounds crazy to some people because it's such a core part of being alive.
Yeah.
But like if my body didn't tell me like, hey, we have to eat, like I wouldn't even think, let me try eating to see if I need to do that.
Well, I mean, there's certain foods sometimes like I will get nauseous after I eat for a little bit. I'm just like, ooh, something in this, like specifically if I do have some sort of gluten, like a sandwich or something where I'm like, I kind of need some extra carbs today just to kind of help with energy or whatever. And I'll just opt for like, okay, it's easier to order from this restaurant because they don't have gluten-free bread. Let me just do it. Sometimes I'll do that. And after like 4 bites, I'm like, ooh, I feel nauseous because this bread is making me sick.
Yeah.
So... But
you learn your lesson every time and then you don't learn it.
Yeah.
It's one of every time I'm never doing this again. And then whatever the thing is, I'm like, I learned my lesson.
Yeah.
3 business days later, I'm like, you know what, I should try.
I can't do normal pasta though, which I love Italian food. Damn. I do brown rice, but that it's tough because like any place where I eat, like if I just decided to like go to an Italian restaurant and try to eat pasta, that one first bite initially hurts. I'm like, I can't eat anymore. It's completely.
And then what is it about restaurants that are like, okay, if you want the gluten-free option, it's fine. It's just going to be $8 more.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, also the thing is like, apparently I did hear like there was some guy to help with like wheat production, made it, genetically modified or did something to our wheat. So of course, and I think that's like half of like our issues, like is our food, like hormones pumping into it, additive stuff to make it grow
so bad.
It's awful. We've done it to ourselves, unfortunately. But I think there's like no really pure form of like wheat. I don't know. I heard that someone told me that. So like what we're eating isn't even like it's nice, pure.
It's true.
Yeah.
Based on what I also heard from someone else that I didn't necessarily fully fact check. But I did a couple years back, especially when I was first diagnosed with an intolerance. And then honestly, like the last couple years, just traveling.
Yeah.
Because, and I know like it's such a thing that people make fun of online. Like you go to Europe one time and you're just like, well, when I was in Europe, but like it truly is, their food is different.
It is.
And I've come across so many videos, which I just assume, this is how gullible I am. I'm like, if you seem like an expert, you're talking about this with ease and proficiency, I'm going to trust you. Yes, I don't care if it was in a 45-second Instagram reel. You are now the person I look to for this.
It's the AI voice going, this is blah, 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 21 things you must know.
Yeah.
Like,
and I'm
trust them.
I trust you.
Yeah.
I'm taking notes.
Right.
But yeah, that there's, like literally the food is different. Their laws about food are different. That things that they don't allow in food is different. And then even so much so as like, for example, like you said, you have a Coke there. Yep. Their Coke products, that other things made by Coca-Cola, which it's such an expansive giant corporation. Like they also own like chip brands and other snacks and stuff like that. The ingredients is literally different in another countries. So they're making Doritos a certain way in America. and they're making Doritos a different way in Spain.
Yep.
Because some of the ingredients we have are literally illegal for other people to eat in other countries. You know, like that is something to think about. And then you think about it for too long and you're like, damn, I want some Cool Ranch Doritos. And that's kind of how it works for me. So anyway, I would say we didn't help at all. We gave you a lot of information.
Yes.
We're not sure if most of it's true. It's just stuff we overheard and chose to believe. But now you know what it's like for us. Now you know what we're going through. So
yeah, but disclaimer, everything you hear on the Miscellaneous podcast
sorry.
Yeah, don't take medical advice, any of all, whatever.
Yeah.
Do your own
research, but also like who has the time?
Yeah,
when
just listen to us.
We'll break it down for you and you'll remain confused. But here's the thing,
She knows it all.
You would be confused if you did your own research.
Yeah.
So let us save you the time. We'll just tell you what we heard.
From a person we saw on Instagram.
On the internet.
Yeah, on the internet. Yep.
So, either way, thanks for hanging out with us. We're so glad to be back for season 4. Make sure you're following us on Instagram at MiscELENAeous Podcast, at Elena Davies. Make sure you're subscribed on YouTube, wherever you listen to your podcast, rate, review, shop some merch at miscellaneous.com. And stay the fuck tuned, and we'll see you next Tuesday.